Hi everyone, I'm coming on today to show you a project I made using Xanderous Crafty Stash goodies, and I absolutely love this. I was brought up in a RC family. I'm not practicing anymore, but there is still quite a lot of value in what I was taught when I was growing up. So when I seen this sentiment, it was in a Stampin' Up set. I knew I wanted to use that sentiment, and obviously I had my pieces from XCS that I wanted to use, so I had to blend them all together, and I decided to use my bronze and gold tones to create this project. So first of all, I had an old 6x6, I'm sure it's 6x6, yeah, 6x6 piece of chipboard that was originally a design that my son made when he was young, and it was embossing powders he had put on, and it was just a mess. He was only a baby at the time, really. I think he was 3 or 4, but he was playing, so it was fine. But time has went on, and it's been lying in a drawer, so I thought I'm going to reuse it. So that's what I did. I painted it first of all using a black acrylic paint. Then I went over it with a heavy texture gel from Galleria, and I heated it up, and it gave me a lovely texture, but I wanted more on it. So what I done is, when it was nearly dry, I put my piece of net curtain on. Um, it was an old piece of lace that was picked up from one of my mum's charity shop haul things. She works in a charity shop, and if there's anything that comes in that's maybe a bit, like, if she gets a net curtain in that's got maybe the fringing starting to fray or the seams came away from it, she'll just bring it home and say here, because she knows I'll reuse it. So that's what I've done. I put that on, dried the rest of it, and I've got bits of the texture coming through the curtain. You can see it like here. There's like bubbles of texture paste coming through, and I really like that idea. So after it was all dried, I left it overnight. I decided to use my Inca Gold, and I think it was antique gold I used, and I put it on quite liberally so you can see the darker colour through the curtain, so it gave it a bit of depth. I then decided to add the metal pieces. I knew I wanted a focus feature, so what I've done is I used one of the metal pieces underneath, and then I used a second one above it and put a cabochon in it. What? I'm filming the now. Oh, honestly, it's like a zoo in this house. I have waited for nearly 2 days to film this so I could get a quiet house, and it's just not possible. So, anyway, that's what I've done here. Added the cabochon just to make it pop. And underneath, on one of the little holes at the bottom, I have added a dangle. It's just a split pin. Not a split pin, an eye pin that I have added a few beads on, a few rondels, and then I've added a little dangly embellishment to the bottom of it. This was from an old piece of jewellery from a while ago, but it just gave it a bit of length That's the word I'm looking for. Now, when I'm doing a project, I like the whole thing to be done. I'm a bit finicky. So the back has been covered with, because it obviously was a project my son had done previously, the back was a bit grubby. So I added some felt to give it a nice soft feeling. Where I put the hanger, I have used a little lace embellishment and a rhinestone just for it to look pretty. Okay, and then what I've done was I've used the corners from XAS to keep it all gripped together, and it just worked out lovely. I then used, these were long embellishments, but what I've done is I cut the centre off and I used the two sides of that to go into my corners as extra decoration, and then I move Max, and then I chose to use them in the corners as embellishments. I'm really sorry, my brain is just fried at the minute. Move. So I then just topped my sentiment onto a piece of card that matched the same colour scheme and added these embellishments just over the top of it, because the longer ones were going to make it look overdone if I had put them the other way. So I thought chopping the edges off, and I have sanded the edges down so they're not sharp. Okay, so they're not going to catch on anything or cut anyone. And the same with these parts, they're nice and smooth. I'm a bit, as I said, I like things finished completely. So this is just a wee wall hanging, and I have got a person in mind for it, so it will be an extra Christmas present for them. But this is using products from XCS, and I have listened to Naomi today actually with her newest products that she's got on, and they are fabulous. Can't wait. I've been buying over the 12 Days of Christmas sale she had, and I cannot wait to get them. I do have quite a lot of metal embellishments anyway, but you can never go wrong with projects like this, mixed media projects. They just enhance everything. And what I want to show you as well is, I might not have shown it properly on my last video, just to pull all this out, is when I done my Fernley letter rack or desk organiser, I also made this using the small rhinestones, not the rhinestones, the small pearls that Naomi has got in her stock all the way around, and that fits perfectly on my little organiser. So it's just a great wee extra for using your things on, and they never go wrong. So I'm going to leave this here. I will be adding the links to the products that I used on my project. I'll probably add them into my blog because it's probably easier. But if you are interested in what products I used, pop over to XCS and have a look. They have got an amazing sale on at the moment for the 12 Days of Christmas, and you can order over the full 12 days. You don't need to order each day to get that deal. She's throwing the deal open right through, although some of the items I know were limited stock, so it's up to you. But I'll leave the link to Naomi's store and see what you can grab yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.